Xi Jinping has met U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis in Beijing. Mattis is the first American military chief to visit China since 2014. The two have reached several agreements. Let's take a look.
Chinese President Xi Jinping hosted Pentagon Chief James Mattis at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. During the meeting, President Xi emphasized China's commitment to peaceful development, adding the country has no interest in expansionism or colonialism and will never cause chaos in the world. The trip comes amid tensions between Washington and Beijing. Last month, the Chinese Navy identified and expelled 2 U.S. warships that had entered illegally into China's territorial waters off the Xisha Island in the South China Sea. President Xi said China and the U.S. share common interests in a wide range of areas, and these outweigh differences. He said the Pacific Ocean is large enough for China, the U.S., and other countries to share, adding China and the U.S. should focus on strengthening ties with mutual respect and cooperation in a way that benefits both sides. Speaking about China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, Xi said China will protect every inch of territory left by its ancestors, and that the nation would never take any piece of territory from other countries. He and Mattis agreed on the importance of military ties between the two countries. President Xi says military ties are part of bilateral relations and should act as a stabilizing force in how the two countries deal with each other. Mattis agreed to enhance communication on strategy, adding military ties will become the strategic element of bilateral relations. During the second day of Mattis' trip, he attended a welcoming ceremony hosted by China's Defense Minister Wei Fenghe. Minister Wei said Mattis' visit will boost mutual trust between both militaries.
Your visit will give new positive elements to the relationship between our two countries and our two militaries.
Mattis said he expects to find room for military cooperation.
Contingent on us to carry out the guidance that President Xi and President Trump gave to us coming out of the Mar-a-Lago summit almost a year ago now.
And before Mattis' meeting with the Chinese president, the foreign ministry weighed in on military relations between China and the U.S.
Recently, as we can see, China and the U.S. have achieved some progress in military exchanges. It is normal for differences to emerge from time to time between two big countries. The important thing is that whenever these problems may arise, both countries should be able to properly handle such differences in the spirit of mutual respect and mutual understanding, broadening cooperation in managing differences. We believe that relations between China and the U.S. can benefit both countries and their people.
Chuck Tinte, CGTN.
To some developing